Good morning, everybody. Oh, chilly here in Queensland this morning. Oh, I forgot to switch on my heater. Today I am talking about that infamous copyright strike that Sue Smith made against me. And I'm doing this video really to clear up some misconceptions. I've seen some rumours and strange comments flying around. So here you have it, straight from the horse's mouth. Firstly, let's see what the first card is today. Oh, summon. And this might be relating to a legal summons or a call to action. And I really felt called to comment on the whole Sue, Steph, Paula thing because I have a very strong sense of justice. Like so many, I was bullied mercilessly as a little child, and I think that is one of the reasons why I chose my profession. My profession, when I'm not playing with cards, which I absolutely love, my profession is that I actually am a lawyer. Okay, I've never told you guys about that because it was never relevant. I'm just here pulling cards, having fun. But yeah, I am a lawyer. Not only am I a lawyer, you're going to like this. You're going to like the irony. I am an intellectual property lawyer, okay, with decades of experience in intellectual property, okay? So really, Sue Smith copyright striked the wrong person. There's that to start with. Okay, so how the whole thing happened was with my sense of justice. The only reason I got involved in the whole thing in the first place was because Steph and Sue put out there that Paula M had done something illegal by requesting a copy of the birth certificate. Go and watch my video. I'll link it below, the one that explains why requesting the birth certificate was not illegal. Okay, and so I didn't think that was fair. And as a lawyer, I'm acutely aware that accusing somebody of doing something illegal when they didn't, that is a massive big deal. It could have got Paula's channel taken down. And in their so-called apologies, I think I spoke about this in the apology video, they never ever withdrew their statement. So, beauty. Yeah, see, they were trying to make themselves look good. But the rose had thorns on it. So they never ever withdrew the statement. And then they went on Andy's show, and Sue said, I don't know what more I could do. Well, withdraw the statement. You've left hundreds of thousands of people who watched that first video thinking that Paula did something illegal, and that is a massive deal. And look, I don't think they knew that they were wrong at the time they made that first video, the first live. Okay, at that time, they were saying, oh, Paula doesn't do any research, and look, we're going to show you. And I've gone through that in a different video. The very web page they were on, if they'd bothered to scroll down to the bottom, would have shown everybody that Paula was perfectly, and anybody is perfectly entitled to request a birth certificate. So that really concerned me, that somebody with a massive platform, two people with massive platforms, could accuse somebody else of doing something illegal and not withdraw the statement. I mean, and Steph even said, I stand by what I said. So they still stand to this day by their statement that Paula did something illegal, because they haven't withdrawn it. And Steph said she stands by her statement, and Sue said, I did it to protect the integrity of the Mexit community and people who actually do proper research, meaning that Paula doesn't do proper research. Anyway, the next card is oath. Yeah, my oath is really to upholding the law, you know. And if Paula did something illegal that I became aware of, or accused somebody of something, you know, I might comment on it too. And there she is. Justice. Justice is blind. See, I'm not making these videos because I blindly support Paula. No, in fact, when I started this, I still think her videos, some of her videos are outrageous. I do. And I just, you know what I do? I just don't watch them. I just don't watch them. But justice is blind. And you know what? If we accuse, well, these Mexit YouTubers, they have made their livings now for some time off exposing the hypocrisy of Meghan Markle. And so when one of the one or two or more of the people in the YouTubers also act in a hypocritical way, is it not fair for us to call them out? Now, I know that some people have said, oh, you're dragging it on. Oh, you're making Meghan Markle happy. You're making the sugars so happy by doing what you're doing. Let it go. No, I don't care about the sugars. I don't care about Meghan Markle. I care about honesty and justice. Okay? And I really think that when Sue and Steph made that first video, that live, they thought they were onto this massive scoop. Now, I don't know about the rest of the video. I just know about them saying Paula did something illegal by requesting the birth certificate. But subsequently, they have become aware that what they said was absolutely untrue. Okay, if they just scroll down the page a little bit more, they would have seen their own research was shoddy. So the just and fair thing would have been for them to say, we apologise for saying that Paula M did something illegal and was going to get into trouble, or could get into trouble, for requesting the birth certificate, and we withdraw that comment. But it's still out there. It's still out there. People who saw that original live, who have not seen what's happened subsequently, or who don't know any better, who are just blind followers of them, are going to still think that Paula M did something illegal requesting that birth certificate. Anyway, so that's why I got involved in the whole thing in the first place. And then I did a couple of videos. Obviously, Sue didn't like them. I mean, when I started doing the videos, I had about 400 subscribers. By the time Sue issued a copyright strike against me, I had about 700 subscribers, and she's got 75,000 at that time. Okay, so 10 times what I had. And so the video of mine that she striked was the one where I analysed whether or not they had apologised, because people were saying to me, they've apologised, let it go. And so I thought, well, have they apologised? So I looked at it, and, you know, as a lawyer, I come to it from a bit of an objective perspective. And I was really hoping that when I analysed those videos, I would be able to say, you're absolutely right. They did apologise. They withdrew their statements. It's time to move on. But they didn't. It was like with the what do you call it, the Olympics, when they said, oh, I'm sorry if our Olympics open, if you were offended, if you got offended by the opening. They weren't sorry for what they did, for their conduct, for doing the opening. They were sorry for people's reactions for the opening. And that's what I took away. But I did a how I normally legally analyse evidence in court cases that I run. I did that. And their apologies are not apologies. Okay? Watch my video on that. So, yeah. Then there's chaos. I did that video, and then suddenly the proverbial hits the fan. Okay? Next thing I know, I have this copyright strike against me, and the reason I got the copyright strike, probably I'm assuming, is because I used some videos of Sue and Steph in that video of mine analysing their apology. Now, the reason I used snippets of their video was so that you could see their own words of what they said in the apology, and then I could interpret it. I didn't want to paraphrase their apology and then interpret that, because, you know, in law, we go to the source document. Always go to the source document. But anyway, so then I get the copyright strike. And then what happened was, every Saturday I do a live, and that is where I do free readings for my subscribers. That it's not members. They're not paying me. There's no membership fee. But my subscribers, and I do free readings. A lot of people I know have got a lot of issues and a lot of stress and strain in their lives. So that's kind of how I give back to the world. I do the lives. You know, the first one I did was 1 hour, then the next one was 2 hours, then the next one was 3 hours, and the one I just did on Saturday was 4 hours. So, you know, I put a lot of time and effort into it just to help people who've got problems and who want a little bit of comfort. So when the chaos struck and the copyright strike came down, I contacted Sue privately and I said, look, if you had an issue with my video, I wish you had contacted me privately. We could have discussed it. But could you just withdraw the copyright strike? Because what happened was every time I then went into my YouTube studio to upload anything, I was locked out of it until I issued a formal response. And I thought the whole thing was so ridiculous that it didn't really need a formal response. Because if I issued a formal response, then YouTube would take up to, I don't know, however long it was, 5 working days or something to review it. And then Sue would have another 10 days to file legal proceedings against me, if she wanted to. So the whole thing was going to take another, 3 weeks or so. And I wanted my account unlocked so that I could, do my live and help my community. Anyway, so I contacted Sue, and the response I got, I have to say, was pretty outrageous. Pretty outrageous. And I don't want to misquote her, so I will read you word for word from her email. Now remember, she's lecturing me as she's ignorant of the fact that I'm an intellectual property lawyer and have been for decades. So I've asked her nicely to withdraw the strike so that I can get my account back, so that I can do my live for my people, knowing that if I go through the formal process, it's going to take a long time. I also know at this stage that her copyright strike is never going to stand. Okay, it's never going to stand. I've used her snippets of her video under the fair use exceptions, and she should know this because her entire channel is built on using other people's copyright works, their photos and their videos, which mostly she doesn't even credit people with, okay? So anyway, her reply is, take this as a learning curve. You should not use other people's content for any reason without their permission. Ha! The Queen of Commentary is telling me I should not use other people's content for any reason without their permission. Now, the reason this makes me a little bit aggravated, or actually quite mad, is she knows nothing about me, so she doesn't know that I'm an IP lawyer, obviously, otherwise she would not have done this to me. She's trying to bully me into withdrawing. Well, I'll come to that in a bit. But she's lecturing me on using other people's content when that is all she does. Really? Yeah. Some people just want me to let it go. But I'm telling you. She says, you have jumped on the bandwagon for clicks. Well, no. Well, I didn't jump on the bandwagon. As a lawyer, it offends me greatly when somebody accuses somebody else of doing something illegal and that is just plain wrong. Okay? And I made no secret of the fact. I'm not a Paula M fan, She's contacted me privately and offered me support through this whole thing. And so I really admire her. But at the time, I thought some of her videos were outrageous, and I certainly didn't watch many of them for that reason. Anyway, so again, she admits that the live was a mistake. And again, she's still not admitting that she falsely accused Paula M of doing something illegal. And she's not withdrawn, she's even to this day, right now. And this is why it's difficult for me to let go. Because, still to this day, she has not withdrawn her comments, her false comments, that Paula did something illegal and could get into serious trouble. And she even mentioned, identity theft. Okay, so she has not, and Steph has not either. But Steph didn't copyright strike me, so this is why I'm talking about Sue. So then, this is the kicker. She says to me, if you would like me to remove my copyright strike, which I have every right to put on your channel, you will remove all videos of me and stop talking about me, unless your cards suddenly have something nice to say about me. Really? If you would like me to remove my copyright strike, which I have every right to put on your channel, you will remove all videos of me and stop talking about me unless your cards suddenly have something nice to say about me. And then the warrior in me comes out. Okay? Firstly, she doesn't know that I'm an IP lawyer of decades of experience. I know that she has no right to copy strike me. I was asking her to remove it so that we didn't have to go through that formal process. So now what she's trying to do is she's trying to bully a small creator who at that time I only had 700 subs into not only not putting back up the video that she striked, but she wants me to remove every single thing I've ever put up about her and never talk about her again. Really? Talk about an overreach? When I read it, I'm still stunned. You will remove all videos about me and stop talking about me. Yeah, she wants to be invisible. Sure, she wants to be invisible. And, you know, people are saying, oh, the sugars are happy now. You caused division. I didn't cause shit. I really didn't. You know, if you stand by what you say, then stand by what you say. You know, people ask me to let it go because she had apologized, and that's what I do. I analyze evidence. That's my job. So I analyzed the evidence of the videos, and I found, in my opinion, that there was no apology issued. In fact, Sue didn't even say sorry to Paula on that video. The only time the word sorry crossed her lips was she was sorry for Paula's loss of her mother. She didn't actually say sorry that I created the video. She said I did it to protect the integrity of the community. So anyway, so this is what she sends me. She will remove the copyright strike if I remove everything about her. She has no right to demand that I remove the videos about her, because all I've done is analyzed what she put out into the public domain, and I'm perfectly entitled to do that. That's what she does. She analyzes everything that Meghan Markle does. She analyzes what other people do. So, yeah. So anyway, I get this email from Sue lecturing me about copyright, saying she has every right to make the strike. She's correct. She does have every right to make the strike, or to make the complaint. Anybody can make the complaint, but it's never going to be upheld, because all I'm doing is fair comment on what she put out there. So, and she knows very well that you're allowed to do fair comment. So basically, she's refused, where we're at in the timeline is she's refused to withdraw the copyright strike against me. This is, you know, the evening before my live. I can't access my YouTube studio because the copyright strike is basically locking it, and I can't go through to the next page unless I put in a formal response, or unless she withdraws her copyright strike. And she's not going to withdraw it unless I tell her, yes, I'm going to take down everything I ever said about you, and I'm only going to, and I'm never going to talk about you again. So this is, you know, censorship of the highest order. She doesn't want Harry to censor the internet, but now she's trying to censor a tiny creator. So anyway, obviously, she's gone to bed or whatever. She sent that to me, and I did explain. I said to her, please withdraw it so that I can do my live tomorrow, which I always do every Saturday. And she's refused now. She sent me this uppity reply. So at that stage, my choice is, because she's not withdrawing it, if I want to unlock my YouTube studio to be able to do my live in a few hours' time, I have no choice but to file a reply to her copyright strike. Fragment. Yep. People in the community say, oh, you're fracturing the community. I'm not fracturing the community. Listen, if people are going to put out false accusations that other people are doing illegal stuff, I'm going to say something, and if you don't like that, I'm sorry. That's that's your choice. I wouldn't want to be on the receiving end of false accusations of illegality, and I don't think anybody else should either, whether you like them or don't like them. That's just plain wrong. So anyway, where are we at? So I've got a few hours to go before I can do my live. So she's refused to withdraw it. So my next step is I have to file the response to the copyright strike, which is no big deal for me because, you know, IP is my bread and butter. And yeah, my individuality is showing. This is what I do. This is who I am. I am an intellectual property lawyer, so not an issue for me. So anyway, I filed my response to the strike, and I filed my response, and I also, what I did was I got my video that was struck down, and I edited it to take down, so that Sue's face and Steph's face were more covered than in the original video. So my second version of analysing the apology video was exactly the same, excepting Sue's face was covered more of the time, and I put some stock footage in there instead. So fledgling, that's a baby bird. Somebody's heart was burning with jealousy about something. Anyway, so I went, and that was aggravating because I had to take time up to do that. And I knew the copyright strike would never be upheld. But I was just being courteous to her and trying to get her to withdraw it. Anyway, so I redid the video to put that back up there because I felt that it was important, because people were saying they've apologized, let it go. And it was important for people to understand that the apology actually was not an apology. They never withdrew the allegations, the false allegations. So I put my second version of the video up, but I also filed the formal response through the YouTube process, because that would be the only way that I could unlock my account. Now that, you know, I've given her an opportunity to withdraw the ridiculous copyright claim, and she's refusing to withdraw it. So I did that. I filed the formal response, and then the next thing that happened was the moon. And yes, I could have filed the formal response to her copyright strike right at the start. I could have done that, but I contacted her privately, which she didn't do to me to start with. I contacted her privately to give her an opportunity to withdraw the copyright strike, okay? And she refused and tried to make me withdraw all my content from her. And then she only withdrew it after I made my formal response. And the reason that I went to her privately to ask her to withdraw it before I did my formal response wasn't because I was doubting myself or because I didn't think that I could succeed or anything like that. It was because I wanted to give her an opportunity to do the right thing. And, you know, oh, she didn't want to do the right thing. She was angry and she wanted to take me down, according to this card. And, you know, she was angry that I had said some unflattering things about her. Well, she quoted from the description of one of the videos that I'd done about her, and much of what I'd done was asking questions. My question was it really necessary for them to try and tear down another YouTuber to make themselves look better? And she said, oh, that could apply to you. Well, I'm not trying to make myself look better. I'm not saying I do excellent research. I'm not saying any of that stuff. I'm just looking at the evidence and analysing it. Yeah, and it is complicated. It's a complicated situation. This card says complicated. It's a complicated situation. There's lots of different things happening, and I really don't think Sue and Steph had any malicious... Well, I don't think they had that they maliciously intended to say that Paula did something illegal. I don't think that... I think they thought they were doing... I think they thought they were correct. Put it that way. So I don't think they maliciously made a false accusation, but as soon as it became apparent that the accusation was false, I feel they should have withdrawn it. Self-worth. Yeah, and so part of the problem is now they think it's all about personality. They think it's about, you don't like me, and you like Paula. No, it's got stuff all to do with that. If Paula had done something illegal requesting that birth certificate, I would have made a video, and my video would have found that she had done something illegal. I went into it completely objectively without any preconceived ideas. And in fact, I was shocked by what I found. Cycles, yeah, what goes round comes round. You can't accuse somebody of doing something illegal, leave it out there, pretend you made an apology, but not withdraw that accusation. And if you do that, people are going to analyze you and put you under the microscope. And if you don't like it, at least have the guts to withdraw your comments. Yeah. So anyway, that's where we're up to. And so Sue did eventually withdraw her copyright strike. Oh, that was the other thing. I got an email from her saying, I am not about taking other YouTubers down, which is why I have not struck anyone's videos. But that is false. That is completely rubbish. She did strike somebody's video. She struck my video. So she says she's not about taking people down, and she's not striking anyone's video, anyone, in capital letters. I don't know if she's delusional or what, but she's speaking to the person whose video she took down. I don't understand it. Maybe she's not well. I don't understand it. How could... You know, it's not like she's talking to somebody else who doesn't know that she struck my video. She's talking to me. She's just struck my video, and she says, this is why I didn't strike anybody's videos. But she struck my video. So, I don't know. I get that she's wishing this never happened, for sure. That's a wishing card. And she doesn't understand the backlash. The backlash is you accuse somebody of doing something illegal, and then you say you did it because you want to protect the integrity of the community, and you still never withdraw the false allegation. And I'm sorry if she feels that she got bullied. Black and white. Yeah, black and white. Once they knew that their allegation of doing something illegal was false, there was no, it was black and white. You either withdraw the comment and apologize, abjectly apologize, or you are now on the side of the wrong. And it's not like they just said, oh, she lied, or she got her information wrong, or whatever it was. They said that she did something she had no legal right to do, and that she could get in big trouble. And the reason that you're not allowed to request birth certificates is because of confidential medical information. Complete falsehood. And something about identity theft. Yeah, completely false. Once they knew that they had made a mistake by calling what she did illegal, then that they've withdrawn their statements, and my camera's doing something weird. That they've withdrawn their statements, and yeah, I was really looking very hard to find something where I could come back to you all and say, oh, they withdraw the statements. But then, instead of withdrawing the statements, Sue doubles down in her so-called apology video, and she says she's there because people don't do proper research, when she's the one who's just not done proper research. And then she doubles down again by removing my video, copyright striking my video, even though her email to me says, I've not struck anyone's videos. That's a lie. You did, you struck mine. And then she doubles down and says, you shouldn't use anybody's content, when that's all she does. Her whole channel is based on that. And then she says she will withdraw her copyright strike if I take everything off all the videos off that I've done about her. Again, trying to control the airways, trying to control what other people say. No, you cannot control me. You're not my boss. You're not my mommy. You cannot control me. And if you had said something different in your apology video, if you'd actually made a proper apology, my response to the apology would have come to that conclusion. High Priestess of Spirit. Yeah. And I feel that I have an obligation to speak the truth, okay? And if the truth makes Megan happy, because some YouTuber made false claims about another YouTuber, I don't care if it makes Megan happy. I'm not making videos to make Megan unhappy. I'm not making videos to make the sugars unhappy. My video is about what was true and what was legally correct. And if what is legally correct makes Megan happy, boo-hoo. Don't shit stir and try and control what other YouTubers say and then refuse to take accountability and refuse to withdraw your false allegations. Sorry, I'm not controlled. My purpose of my channel is not to make Megan look bad. The purpose of my channel is not to make sugars look bad. The purpose of my channel is not to make other YouTubers look good or bad. The purpose of my channel is, well, just to read cards, because that's what I love doing. But where I see an injustice, I'm not going to hide it away or lie to my viewers and say, oh, yes, no, it's all over now because, you know, whatever. I'm not going to lie to you and say that. The false statement stands. It has never been withdrawn. As far as I know, it has never been withdrawn. And it seems to me that they don't intend to withdraw it. So that's where we stand. So yes, the strike did get removed. Sue did ultimately remove it from me. But not until after I had filed my official formal response, and not until after she tried to get me to take down all my content about her, and not until after she falsely said to me that she's never struck anyone down. I mean, does she forget who she's talking to? Anyway, so that is this is the definitive version of what happened with the copyright strike and how it all came to end. And it's more than long enough for today. I will see you in the next one. I am going to do another video about just addressing some comments that I had received. But I'll do that in another video because it's another topic. Take care, lovelies. Have a fantastic day. And also, thank you so much for all the new subscribers, all the likes, all the views. People are interested in this, and I think YouTubers need to understand that they cannot get away with making false claims against other YouTubers. They cannot expect their fan base to just ignore it or to accept it just because it might make Megan happy to see people in the YouTube community not agreeing with each other. That's bull. That's absolute bull. Sorry, but it is.